Welcome back to another video. The father's just after running out of petrol up the hill in the quad. Here's what's coming up today. Jesus Christ, lads.
This week on Ear to the Ground.
Ooh, easy Charlie. Update on Tiny the Lamb who got attacked by the magpies. What have you done, boys?
The hell with you, Joe. I will not send something.
So welcome back. So from my last video you would have seen I weaned the lambs from the O's and we left them inside for a few days now and we were teaching them all deep creep. A lot of them were eating it but some of them weren't because they were a bit young. So they're all weaned and they're all inside here now and we just had trucks feeding them inside in the pens and they're all eating, which is great. So I'm just going through their feet now. We footbed in the farm lane, but so since we started creep feeding lambs in the field, obviously around the creep feeder, the ground would kind of dig up and get obviously dirty, and we found that there's a lot more lame issues, like lambs with lame feet. So you have to footbed them more regularly. So I'm just going through now. Some of them they've bits of scald, so I'm just giving them a blue spray. And just check him because we're going leaving them out now nearby the house here, and we're probably going to feed them in maybe trucks because the creep feeder being used already for newer lambs to learn how to eat. So I'm just checking over everything. So while I'm here at the lambs, my father's rounding up the fields. So we're hunting the ewes and lambs out the mountain now because the fields were. There was no sheep and lambs in the fields there for maybe 2 weeks and the grass got quite stretched. So they've been in it now for 3 weeks and the grass is kind of getting nice and bare, which that's what we want because we're going to be weaning the lambs in 2 weeks time and we want young, nice young sprouted grass growing because we're going to be dividing up the ram lambs into one area and all the ewe lambs into a couple of areas. So it's nice to have nice fresh young grass growing up compared to too strong a stimmy grass. So we're just hunting him out. My father's just hunting him out the mountain now and we're going to empty all the fields. So they're just only going to be lambs in the fields pretty much from now on, bar maybe 2 fields down the road. So next job today now is the lambs I was creep feeding over the last 2 weeks. They've been weaned and they're on a different field up near the farm there. So these are also twins now, these lambs, and they're a bit smaller. So I'm just starting these in the creep. So these will be weighing now in a few weeks. So I just want them to get used to eating a bit of creep. So hopefully I'll get them away that bit sooner. So and they're all twins here as well. So yeah. Where's he after? Serious day here today. A lot of rain over the last 2 weeks now. Great to see blue skies again. So what we're going to do now is the father was spreading some fertilizer in the hill there with the spreader and the quad gave up because the fuel gauge in one of the old quad that's really old isn't working. So he ran out of petrol and he carried up some petrol and stuff, but he tried to bleed and stuff but it didn't work. So I have to carry up the other quad now, the other Suzuki quad, and tow it home. So it's quite a difficult place to tow home because it's up against a hill and there's very swampy ground there. So stay tuned and we'll see how it goes. That'll do, will it?
What do I do now? What do I go?
No. Go easy now. So, quad gave up the petrol there. Petrol gauge isn't working. First time it ever happened to us, but we're pulling home with this quad because we can't start it. But there's a crossing here, we can't cross with it, so we're just filling in with stones. Go easy, don't knock him. Filling in some drains here. Nice and easy now. So the quad ran out of petrol. Jesus Christ, lads. We're ready now to pull it across. The single quad usually doesn't hardly come across here, so there's no hope that the quad will be able to pull the other one, so that's why we put the stones in.
We all live on time we borrow, time our children to us lend. Here today, but gone tomorrow, like a spark fly in the wind. We all look up to our fathers, all our lives if all is right, and we all need our mothers when the day is dark as night, and the drums of war are getting louder, a sound you never heard before. Gonna come to your town, gonna find your corner, and we'll soon be knocking on.
So we've a towed out now to the top of the mountain, so he'll be able to freewheel it all the way down. So he's behind me there. So I just need to go ahead and open the gates so he can keep going down without stopping. So another day, mate. So here he comes, freewheeling down the highest hill in Ireland, that's it. And he's flipping lifting. It's very flat here. I doubt he'll make it all the way down to the gate. So we'll see. Nah. He's crawling. Don't go, I said. Will you come on? Push it! No. Push hard now. Hop on it, I'd say. You're too fat, I'd say. Right. Oh, I know. Woo! Will he go over this little brow of a hill, though, is the question. If he goes over this, he's started, because he'll definitely be going home. Oh. Jesus Christ. He's flying. We made it. We're down home. So we'll start out the quad there now. And hopefully it'll run away for another while. So update on Tiny. So Tiny got attacked by magpies probably a good few months ago now, actually, from my earlier videos. She got attacked twice on 2 different occasions, and she actually kept nibbling on her skin as well, so it wasn't healing. But a good few weeks now on, and her skin is healed, so she's here with the rest of the pets. So these are the pets we would have bottle fed, and so yeah, she's keeping well. So we'll be keeping her. We'll be keeping her as a pet, obviously, but she's a fair old fighter. She was absolutely teensy tiny when she was born, and she's still tiny, but she'll be a great pet now going forward for Dara and Clara here on the farm. But yeah, so yeah, she's keeping well though. That's the main thing. Yeah, Tiny's actually the oldest lamb here, but she's still the smallest. So they're just left around the farmhouse here, and we feed them in trucks there because they're off the milk now, obviously. And in the bad weather, they just go in here by night and they just sit here in the straw. So grandy and cozy for the pet lambs, and yeah, they're doing fine. So these pet lambs would have been, maybe their mother died. Their mother mightn't have had any milk. Also, she might have had 2 lambs and maybe one pap was only working. But yeah, we have pets every year like most farms. Some farmers sell them, but we keep them mostly. But yeah, so that's the update on Tiny. She's keeping well, and long live Tiny.
That's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one.
What have you done, boys?
To hell with YouTube. I will not sound so simple.
Come on.